Gridiron Grinder! Hut hut hike!
Okay, party people, I suppose it's time for Gridiron Grinder. We've been out of sync for a little while here. Might as well get back into it.
Don't sound enthusiastic at all about it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, for the three people, me, you, and my other account that are going to watch, um, I'm Ryan, obviously, and this is my buddy James. Couple of guys hanging out talking about what's going on in the NFL each week. And so the NFL draft has come and gone. We did our first round review. We did sneak in a mock draft for the first round, which was kind of nice. But now we're in no man's land of the off season, and it's a little bit premature to jump into the like the schedule preview because that basically just came out last night. So instead, we're going to do an evaluation or sort of just like our spitballing opinions of the new head coaches for the 2026 NFL season. And I guess with all that being said, how's it going tonight there, James?
It's going all right, missing scientists and all. Got to get that in there so AI
Oh,
promotes
missing
us.
scientists. Yes, yes. We've been talking about the Eskridge chick and all these other missing scientists over the last few years, and yeah. Is it a conspiracy? Is it not? I think so, but who am I? And will AI come for me because I said that? I don't know. I mean, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. So, James, in this past cycle, there were 10 coaches turned over, which is significantly more than average. And we talked about it before the show where if you do the Google searching, it says 6 to 7 a year. I think by our stats, when we looked at it like a year or two ago, it was like 8 a year, which is a lot, 25% of the league every year getting turned over. But this
Hmm.
year was 10, which is almost a third of the league getting turned over. And out of that 10, you've got six rookie head coaches. And so, we got 10 to go through and talk about and give our 2 cents on. Where would you like to start? Do you want to start with the retreads? Do you want to start with the rookies? Do you want to just randomly go through it? Like, how do you want to do this, my man?
Ah, so I'm thinking,
Alphabetical? I don't know. Whatever. You tell me.
I'm thinking we leave Baltimore and Buffalo to the end.
Okay, because those are going to be the most heated for you.
No, because those I think are the best situations.
Oh, okay, okay, sure, sure,
Or do
sure,
you just
sure.
want to go straight alphabetical?
No, we can do that. Let's leave Baltimore and Buffalo for the end. And so let me. I'm just going to reorganize some stuff I got going on here so I can do that. Okay, okay. And so with that being the case, we can go maybe alphabetical otherwise.
Yeah, that works for me.
So then you got Arizona, which is a rookie head coach here with Mike LaFleur. Um,
My question for you is with the
brother of
state,
what's
no,
that?
brother of Matt LaFleur, coach of the Packers. But my question is with the state of the Cardinals team, are the Cardinals going to give him a chance to build, or are they going to quickly pull the trigger on him?
Well, yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, and it's interesting, right? Because they had Jonathan Gannon the last couple of years, and I kind of felt like they, like I remember when we did this with Gannon in his rookie head coach year, and I was like, oh man, he could be a one and done thing because the Cardinals are such a bad team. The difference between then and now is that somehow they fielded a halfway decent team with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback last year. And I don't know how that's going to play out this year because he's demanding more money. He's holding out. He's in a sort of like a competition with Minshew, and so it's like, who knows what's going to happen there. But what I would say is that with Mike LaFleur here, it's that he comes from that Shanahan coaching tree, offensive minded. He's been around, not just like you're not talking a one-stop guy. He has time in Cleveland, Atlanta, San Francisco, with the New York Jets, with the Rams, and now with the Cardinals. And so for a guy that is his age, this guy is 39 years old, to have popped around that many times with sort of like the pedigree of like the umbrella coaches that he's been with, Shanahan, Sean McVay, whatever you want to say. I'm encouraged by it. I really am. I think that Arizona's roster is still very deficient. And so it's a matter of what are they going to do at quarterback? They brought in Jeremiah Love at running back, right? And so, I don't know. I like his potential because of the tree that he comes from. I just think that they need to build a roster, and it's going to take time because this is still a bottom feeder team.
Yeah. So here's the thing with it. Best case scenario for them is they tell Michael LaFleur, hey, you have a couple years to get this right. They start Carson Beck at quarterback, who they drafted in like the 6th round. Tank to the bottom, get the number 1 pick, overall pick.
Get a stud.
And get a stud quarterback.
Projections and somehow stack the offensive line between now and then.
Yeah. Projections I've seen with this quarterback class coming out is 4 to 6 quarterbacks going in the 1st round. You obviously want to get the best one of those. I don't think it's Arch Manning. I really think it's Dante Moore from Oregon.
Okay.
I think Arch Manning, well, yeah, he's a talented quarterback and he comes from the Manning tree. There's going to be a larger learning curve where I think Dante Moore can step in and make an impact right away.
All right, so let's just talk about this real quick. So on the offensive line, this is all I wanted to say because we knew that it was weak with Kyler Murray, and then last year with Jacoby Brissett. I mean, it seemed like the offense kind of stabilized, but what did that mean for the offensive line, and where's it at now? You got Paris Johnson Jr. at left tackle, Isaac Seumalo at left guard, Hijalte Froholt at center. They drafted Chase Bazantis at right guard in the 2nd round this year, which I actually really like. And then you got Elijah Wilkinson at right tackle. I think that your starting 5 is actually not too shabby. And if what you're saying is the strategy, then next year you maybe just got to like stack 1 or 2 more guys in there, whether it's to seal up a starting spot or to add depth. I think that's a great fucking strategy, man.
Yeah. The one thing I don't like is I don't like the fact that they drafted Jeremiah Love with their first round pick. Before, like, because we always talk about it. Running backs.
But do you think this offensive line can make it work for him? Because they've had James Conner, and he's found a way to pump out yards, man.
I think it might, but I still have questions about the quarterback situation and winning the big game.
I got you.
Running back running back really should be one of the last pieces you get.
Yeah, well, typically a luxury pick, and I do worry, right? We talked about it at the draft where it's like, okay, now you're drafting this guy, kind of like when the Giants drafted Saquon Barkley. And so unless he's like the top fucking running back every year in the league, he's gonna get a fucking bust label on him like real goddamn quick. And that's not fair to him, but that's what they did. And and for him, he's being paid that way. So it just kind of is the way it is.
Yeah, and looking at their, I know shrink the schedule is not really that good of indicator.
Yeah.
They have the third hardest schedule this year.
Yeah, so I mean, it kind of plays into what you're saying. It's almost like, hey, we got a rookie head coach, and we're gonna let him throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, because this year is all about basically blasting it out and rebuilding for the following year.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of that, if we lose a bunch of games, well, that's okay because the bar is supposed to be this low, right? And so I like that idea. And will they be patient with him and give that to him? I would hope so, based on where Arizona's been. But it's the NFL. You never really know, right? So
Yeah, it's NFL. You never really know, like how they are now. Like I see their range of wins from, and I haven't really dived that deep into the schedule. Somewhere two to six wins this season.
okay, yeah, I'm nowhere even near ready to talk about that yet. But yeah,
Yeah.
I got
So
you.
if you're looking at a high of 6 games, you might as well fucking tank. And I don't know what movie this is a commercial for, but this looks fucking awesome.
Well, you
I
tell
think you
me,
would tell me what movie it was.
because
Huh?
I go to the movies all the time. You need to tell me.
I don't know. It's still, I haven't seen the name, but this movie looks fucking awesome.
Is it the obsession movie with the guy wishing that his this girl will be his girlfriend, or is it the Mortal fucking Kombat movie, or it better not be the Devil Wears Prada 2, James, because I'm gonna just fucking diss you hard.
No, it's got Nicolas Cage in it. It's
Oh no, that's not out right now. Not here.
no, it's a like a trailer.
Okay. For something coming soon.
Yeah, it's got to be a movie. It's like a dark.
Oh, so
Oh,
he was like in he was in like a horror flick that they were
it's
doing a sequel to.
yeah, it's Spider Noir.
Spider Nor, yeah, no, what was it called? So shit. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
It looked pretty fucking. I'm sorry, I got
Yeah.
distracted. I got basketball going on because I was watching the Pistons actually fucking win a game for a change. And all right, so anyways, back to football. Like I know you're not ready to talk about schedule. I'm not fully ready to talk about the schedule either. But I mean, if you have a
A
low
low
win
bar.
total, like your ceiling is so low that you're going to be around there for the number one pick anyways. You might as well just make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I agree with you. You have to put up enough of a fight to show that you have prospects for the future, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, just count this season as a lost season and
All
grow
right.
from them.
Ready to go to Atlanta.
Yes.
Atlanta, we've got our first retread with Kevin Stefanski, formerly of the Cleveland Browns. And I man, I like this. I guess The thing that I don't like of this is how is the quarterback situation going to play in here, right?
Hmm.
And so Stefanski had a ton of success going back before Cleveland when he was the offensive coordinator in Minnesota, running a lot of play action with Kirk Cousins. And then early in his Cleveland career, he was doing that and being successful with Nick Chubb and company and whatever else. But then they went all in on Deshaun Watson and shit got wild. And, it's just now you got two quarterbacks that I don't really know. Um, where do they stand with this? You got Bijan Robinson, which I like, and you have an above average offensive line that I like, which means that hypothetically Stefanski can make this work, but it's is he going to make it work with these two quarterbacks is the question, right? And so
Yeah, and that's where my big question mark is how is he going to make it? How is he going to do with these two quarterbacks? I was surprised when they cut Cousins because of the fact that you
oh,
hiring
he
a
was he
coach.
was a perfect Stefanski guy, but
Yeah,
it's the cap weight that just made it, you know.
yeah, and I mean you have Penix, Tua, and possibly Trevor Simeon competing for the quarterback spot.
I
I
mean,
would have,
between the three of them, I say Trevor Simeon would run this offense the best.
yeah,
But
but
but honestly, he's going to be a way outside shot unless Stefanski gets fucking bold and says, "Fuck Penix, fuck Tua," which I don't think he's going to do. He's going to try to coach those guys up and give them a chance.
see, the ideal situation for Stefanski here is to kind of be forced to start Simeon, like at the beginning of the season, like Penix isn't ready, and
Yeah, maybe he's still hurt and
Tua,
Tua
Tua
gets
is
hurt
this.
because he always does.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for him to get hurt, but like he's just so
Yeah, you're saying you're
terrible.
saying you're saying whatever stroke of luck that makes Simeon start and then show that Simeon is actually the right guy to win some games.
Hmm.
And because he's winning some games, why would you change that?
Mm, exactly. I don't have
Yeah.
faith. I don't have
I
faith
mean,
in
Simeon
Penix.
doesn't have a high ceiling, but I think that he could manage this offense efficiently.
Yeah, but also your other two quarterbacks, Penix has shown that he's not ready for NFL action. Tua has shown that he's not an NFL quarterback.
Tua's had some fucking highlights, man.
He
But he had
has, but his
highlights.
body can't
He had
take it.
highlights with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle,
Hmm.
which they don't have that in Atlanta.
Exactly. So I don't like. I mean, they have who are their wide receivers? Fuck, it's they got
Drake
Pitts,
London
Drake
and yeah,
London, and Mooney. Is it Mooney?
yeah. I mean, they had him. I don't know if he's still there, right? But no, you got Drake London, Jahan Dotson, Zacchaeus,
Dotson.
Branch, Washington, Drummond. So I mean, it's still really Drake London, Pitts, and honestly, Dotson. If you can get something out of him, Dotson's a great deep threat that not many people have been able to unlock.
Yeah. And I don't think they have a quarterback that can throw the ball deep on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're hoping for the play action's going to open up, 3 to 4 bombs a game, and maybe you connect on one or two of them.
Yeah. And the other thing Atlanta has going for them is they have the fourth easiest schedule this year.
Okay. So it's a good way to break in Stefanski and figure
Yeah.
out what he
So I
wants to do
mean,
with the squad. And I,
yeah.
I would say this, their defense did step up big time last year, and I thought that they kept what's his name at defensive coordinator
Oh,
Ulrich.
yeah.
They kept him, which was from the outside looking in, seemed abnormal because Stefanski was so connected that you would have thought he would have brought in one of his own guys. But he did run a really good defense last year, so why not keep him? I did like that by Stefanski. That showed some veteran coach savvy, in my opinion.
No, it did, and I think the problem with Stefanski, like the reason he got fired in Cleveland, I think was a lot of shit that wasn't his fault.
Well,
They saddled him
he went
with
all in on a
Watson.
quarterback that didn't fit his fucking scheme.
He didn't go all in on a quarterback. The team went all in on a quarterback
Yeah,
that didn't fit his scheme. They didn't give him the pieces to succeed. Where I think Atlanta has a better chance of giving him the pieces to succeed. They've at least shown the willingness to
yeah.
make a bold move, do stuff like that. So he has that going for him. Atlanta and Arthur Blank before this past couple years, I thought he was more patient. Well, no, because he had, who was it? Raheem Morris there. Raheem Morris was there for a while too. They were really patient.
No,
Like
no, no.
Arthur
Raheem
Blank.
Morris was only there for, I don't know, a year or two, 2 years.
Why was I thinking he was there for? Oh, I'm thinking of his previous tenure there.
Yeah, he did have a different stint. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking of his previous. So I was remembering Raheem Morris there, like in like late teens, early 20s, and but I
as
was
a
thinking,
defensive guy, yeah,
yeah, he
defensive
was,
coach or whatever.
yeah. So I was,
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing: Stefanski's won Coach of the Year twice. I mean, he's a great coach. You know, they just need to put him. They need to give him a roster that fits what he does. And I think with Bijan, the above average offensive line, you got Drake London, you got Pitts. It's a start. The defense is above average. It's a start. They got to figure out the quarterback thing. And I don't know if it's Penix or Tua. I really don't. Maybe one of these guys shows that they can be proficient running that play action offense. But
and
that is what his bread and butter is.
I looked it up, and I was right. In 2020, Raheem Morris was interim head coach of Atlanta. So
Yeah,
I was thinking he was there from 2020. I initially thought, well, he was there from 2020 to 2025.
I
I forgot
gotcha.
about the
I gotcha.
Arthur Smith interim or period. Anyways,
On
I
to
think
uh
I
on
think I
to
think the other.
Stefanski's former team, the Cleveland Browns.
Well, the last thing on Stefanski is he also has the advantage of being in a weaker division.
Yeah, I mean, can you say that now? Because Tampa Bay's starting to be fairly solid. Carolina showed some real signs of life last year. Um, I think yeah, it's like you have a chance, but I do see this as a division that's making a push upward. Even New Orleans, I think, is making a push upward. Um, but yeah, I guess you're right. It's softer than some other divisions.
Yeah, and like 9-8, 8, 9-8, 10-7 can win the South. I mean, last year Carolina won it at 8-9. Year before the Bucks at 10-7, 9-8, 8-9, and like you have to go back 5 years to having a real decent division winner, where the Bucks were 13-4
Sure.
and 21. So I mean, that's where I was coming from. Like it's historically in the last 5 years has been
Historically
weaker.
soft. Historically
Yeah.
soft. I guess I give a lot more credit to Baker Mayfield and Todd Bowles with Tampa Bay. And then I'm finally, not to like steal your Bryce Young thunder, but I'm finally looking at Carolina's like, well, they are building some pieces,
Yeah.
and so and then even New Orleans, it's like, yeah, their offense did do some shit last year, so you never know, right? Like I would just say that I think it's a wild card division is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and I think if I remember correctly, I think all four teams last year were 8 and 9.
Yeah, there was some wild stuff on how it played out. Yeah.
Let me see. Let me look this up because I there was 3 or 4 teams were 8 and 9. Okay, yeah. New Orleans was 6 and 11. The other teams were 8 and 9. Anyways, we can go to Cleveland.
All right. Off to Cleveland, Stefanski's former team. This was, in my opinion, like an outside of the box hiring. Them bringing in Todd Monken.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it's bad. I don't know if it's good, bad, or indifferent. I think that in today's NFL, you would not bring in a rookie head coach that is 60 years old like
Mm-hmm.
this. Normally you're going for like the hot young hand, or you're going for like a proven retread that just kind of fell off his path. And this is like a very unusual hiring, right? Like
It
you
is
got
it
to.
is unusual. The thing I like about the hiring is he knows the division very well.
Yeah, and I don't want to dog him. I mean, this is a guy that's been to Eastern Michigan, by the way, among other places. Like Grand Valley State. Like he has an insane amount of experience, man. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, I like it. What I'm going to say I don't like is that the immediate rift when he came in with fucking Jim Schwartz, and Schwartz bailing out on the defense. That bothers me because Monken, if I'm not mistaken, is an offensive guy.
No, he's a
So,
defensive guy. Oh no, he's offense. You're right. He is offense.
all right, I was going to say maybe somewhere in his career he switched because everything I'm seeing is he's been running offenses, and he immediately butt heads with fucking Schwartz. And I get it. Schwartz was a candidate to be a head coach for this team, but I also heard that Schwartz was willing to stay on as defensive coordinator because of his relationship with Myles Garrett and Schlesinger and all the other guys that he's helped develop on that defense. And that immediately him and Monken fucking butt heads. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like that to me kind of bothers me and makes me wonder, you know, was that him or was that Schwartz or was that something somewhere in between? Because you always have, a couple sides to the story, right? But I'm interested to see how he does, I guess is what I'm saying, because this is such a different hiring than what we're used to seeing. And so
Yeah,
I want to see him succeed. I just honestly I don't know what to expect.
yeah. The thing I really dislike is I'm everything I'm reading is Deshaun Watson has the inside track of being QB1,
Okay.
and I think that would be a huge, huge fucking mistake.
Yeah, I mean, unless he comes out of nowhere and gets his Houston Texans form back, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, and also they're in a tough fucking division with, I mean, Cincinnati, who's going to have a got to have a resurgence.
I don't think it's that tough. Honestly, I don't think it's that tough, man. I think with Tomlin out in Pittsburgh, I think Cincinnati, yeah, you got Burrow, but Cincinnati's been soft for a couple years. Baltimore's defense has been fucking garbage for a couple years now. You know, I think I think this is actually maybe the most overrated division in football, to be honest.
You might be right. You might be spot on with that.
And I would love to see them. I would love to see them all come back and be competitive. But man, they have like all of these teams have fallen from grace, James.
Yeah, and the thing about Cleveland too is they have the easiest schedule this year.
Yep, that would be, you know, good for a rookie head coach, even if he is 60 years of age.
How the fuck do the Lions have the sixth easiest schedule? Oh, because they were fourth in the division last year. Damn.
Yeah, no, we got to talk about that later. That's a whole separate thing because I got some opinions on that. But
Yeah.
yeah. So Monken, I don't know. I don't know what to think, man. I really don't know what to think with this team. I like that they have pieces on the roster. I think that they're, I think there's potential here, but I have no idea where to put them on my map.
Yeah.
Is
See,
what I'm going to say.
my thing with Cleveland is the issue I have is I don't know what that defense is going to be. That defense has held that team together and basically given that team all their wins the last 3 seasons. And with a struggling offense under Deshaun Watson, if the defense takes a step back, that's going to be a fucking terrible situation.
Yeah.
We have 3 minutes.
All right. Well, let's just 3 minutes on Mike McCarthy with Dallas. I mean, with Pittsburgh. Shit. Oh my God. I moved him. Sorry. We had
Clint Kubiak with the Raiders is next.
Yeah, no, sorry. I had McCarthy with Dallas, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's not with Dallas, he's with Pittsburgh. I was going to say we could burn through that because we don't really like Mike McCarthy, but we can't really burn through that.
Yeah. So with
no, we got to go halfly with Green Bay. I mean, from Green Bay. He's with Miami now, dude. I'm all messed up. We need to take 10 minutes.
All right, let's take our 10.
Let's take our 10
Talk
minutes.
To you.
I gotta fucking regroup. I'll talk to you in 10.
All right, sounds good. All right, so we're on to Clint Kubiak with the Las Vegas Raiders.
This is like probably the most stereotypical hire we've seen in recent years, right? You get the hot offensive-minded guy, goes to the team that is like arguably the hottest team, which was the Raiders because they had the number 1 pick. And not the hottest team for like open teams, right? And so,
yeah,
I mean, this to me was like just like the typical, round peg, round hole. It just fit, right?
Yeah, and I think this offseason, the Raiders have done a lot. They've had a fucking phenomenal, aside from the Max Crosby debacle, they've had a phenomenal offseason. They drafted a guy that, by all reports, is going to be a stud in the NFL. Problem is, this year they have the 7th hardest schedule in the league.
Okay.
But I think they're putting the pieces right. They brought in Cousins to be a mentor for Mendoza and teach him how to earn money. I mean, teach him how to play in the NFL. And I'm excited about the future of of the Raiders. I don't know about this year though.
Well, anytime you have the number one pick, you got to expect it's going to be a process, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they don't usually just come out and fucking destroy everybody the first year. So, what I would say about Clint Kubiak is that everybody obviously knows him is lighting it up as the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks that just won the Super Bowl. But he did actually bounce around Saints, 49ers, Broncos, Vikings, Broncos again, Kansas. I mean, he like in his very like limited career, he has actually been exposed to a lot of people in a lot of different things that I think is actually going to really bode well for him with the Raiders, man.
Yeah, and but he's probably going to be really running the offense. I wish he would have brought in
I
a
hope he's
more
going to run the offense, but yeah.
a more experienced. Oh, he kept a defensive line coach from last year and made him the defensive coordinator.
Okay.
And like, I mean, he's bounced around with some good coaches too. Like he was defensive assistant for the like post Super Bowl Giants. Was there for a while. He was with the 19 Dolphins, which was who was the coach then? Uh, Brian Flores, who was a brilliant defensive mind. Then he was with the Ravens, and then he was been on the Raiders staff since 2023. So it's first time defensive coordinator, but he has experience with a lot of good defensive minds.
Okay.
So I think that there's hope. I think it's going in the right direction for the Raiders. Um,
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it before. I think it was a smart move. You got Tom Brady as a minority owner, knowing that they were going to draft Mendoza, bringing in Cousins to be the mentor, and Kubiak to basically coach the shit out of him, and still have Brady to be like a fallback as like an extra mentor kind of guy. Like it is like an unseen aligning of the stars at like the offensive quarterback position that you've never seen before. And so, if it doesn't work, hey, you can't really argue that they didn't fucking try. So,
yeah, and I mean, and it's this is I think of all the teams, especially how many coaches the Raiders are still paying because they fired them.
oh, yeah, they've not been the wisest of teams.
Yeah, I like my favorite
But
one
those
that
coaching, but here's the thing, those coaching casualties don't count against the cap. So,
right, right, but they're paying so much for a lot of those coaching
yeah,
casualties. Still, anyways, I think this is a long
I,
term
I,
play. I
I,
think it's
I
a
would,
smart play.
I would like to see that one day as a separate topic. Is that I think that coach salaries should be some way connected to the cap. Maybe on their own cap and have like a secondary cap, but like that's a whole second topic for a different day.
Yeah, and then you're talking about well, it's not collective bargaining agreements for coaches because tech and then it's the issue with well, you're hindering their money and the legalities of it, and
I'm just saying, like you could even the playing field by saying, "Hey, listen, you got to be smart with your coach hires too." So, but let's just move on. Next up, we got the Dolphins, my man.
Jeff Hafley with the Dolphins, former defensive coordinator of the Green Bay Packers. So, hey, he knows what a stable organization looks like.
And he was a former wide receiver, right? And so you would
Yeah.
like to think that he has, a decent offensive kind of like perspective for being a defensive coordinator.
Yeah. So he was.
He was the Boston College head coach. So he's been a head coach before, just in the college level.
Yeah. So he played at Siena College. He played in high school. He played quarterback, wide receiver, and safety.
I mean, it's an interesting resume, right? He
Uh-huh.
he played on the offense. He's been a head coach for Boston College, co-defensive coordinator for Ohio State, defensive coordinator for the Packers. Talked up really well. I think that the issue I have with this is that it almost reminds me a little bit of like the Jonathan Gannon hire with Arizona. It's like you're
Mm-hmm.
going into a team that is like complete and utter dog shit. And are they going to be patient with him where he could maybe get a couple years to try and figure it out? Because we've talked about Miami before this show where they're going to be paying literally they're going to be paying more to people that are not on the team this year than there are on the team this year. I don't think that has ever happened before. I don't know if that will ever happen again. It is insane. And when you're a rookie head coach, how do you fucking be competitive with that, man?
So, and talking about the Dolphins, the best way to describe them is a quote from an unnamed NFL executive in an article on The Athletic, where he said, "They had no roster, no players. That's why they drafted 13 players. They have to do it with all young guys."
Yeah. Hope that a couple of them stick.
Yeah. I think this year is all about seeing what Malik Willis's ceiling is, and see if he can be a long
Yeah.
term answer at
Can
quarterback.
he be a quarterback and
Yeah,
not just a runner at quarterback? Yeah.
and developing the young talent there. If he can develop the young talent that they have there, I think he can stick. He can stay. He'll be given the chance for a decent amount of time in Miami. But if he can't, or the talent's not developing like they would want, then it's possible that it's a short tenure again.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, I don't know enough about him to go one way or the other. I just see it stacked against him, and I hope the best for him. Oh my gosh, it just seems like it seems like, hey, we're hiring you knowing that we're going to fire you, maybe not this year, but probably next year. And
Mm-hmm.
that just sucks. That just sucks. Next up, we've got Mike McCarthy, former of Dallas with Pittsburgh.
No,
That's where I got my
nope, nope,
alphabetical.
nope. You're still missing alphabetically. We have
Oh
Jim
shit, we got the
Harbaugh with.
Giants. We got the
I'm sorry,
Giants.
John Harbaugh with the New York Giants.
Thank you. Okay, now my alphabetical is in order, I guess. See, you threw me off by throwing Minter and Brady at the end, man. So
Yeah.
I blame
So yes,
you. But yeah,
Harbaugh, who won the Super Bowl with the Ravens, but I think I think it was a good. The Ravens firing him, or not firing him, but him leaving the Ravens was a good move, because I think it was getting stale there. He was there for what, like 17 years or 14 years?
it was like close to Tomlin's, man. It was like 17, 18 years, something like that. The problem is him and Lamar never really fit. And the defense went south fast. and it just it was time, dude. It was time.
Yeah, I think I think a couple things that I will say about the Giants is this draft was the first draft in a long time where I didn't have many issues with the Giants
It
picks. Like
it looked like
maybe would have done
it looked like a fundamentally sound draft.
yeah. I may have done something here or there in a different order, but
Yeah.
it's nothing really to argue about. They hit needs. They had good draft picks throughout the draft. They've gone out and they've signed some good players that can make an impact on the team. I think Harbaugh is molding the team, and I think Joe Shane, the GM, is listening to him on who to bring in, which I think is good. Which if you have that disconnect between the GM and the coach, one of them is going to go quicker, and most likely it'll be both of them that go because you don't want to settle a new GM with somebody else's head coach hire.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I like him with the Giants. I like him with Jackson Dart. I'm a little bit worried about the Malik Neighbors second knee surgery situation. Um, but I think that they're showing that they brought in a proven leader, a seasoned veteran head coach, and they are giving him all the backing they need to be giving him to do what he needs to do to
Mm-hmm.
turn this team around. And I think he's going to do it fairly quickly. I don't know that they're
Yeah,
necessarily going to be like a fucking deep playoff team this year. I think that that's asking a lot, but I think that he's going to come in and motivate the fuck out of this team, man.
and latest reports I had read was Scadaboo is going to be back before training camp, and Neighbors should be back by the start of the regular season.
Even with the knee cleanup that he just had. Okay.
That's the latest reporting I had read, but
And I mean that'd be great news. That'd be great news. So
yeah, I think they're set up. They have a middle of the road strength of schedule. They're 16th out of 32 on their how hard their schedule is. So it's kind of right there in the middle. I think Harwell's making his impact seen. I don't know, maybe 6 wins more than last year. I could see them having and actually being in contention for the division and making the playoffs. I don't know if they make the playoffs this first year, but I think they're trending in the upward direction.
yeah, I mean I would say this. I like this and I'm not trying to cut down Lamar that much, but I am gonna cut him down. Harbaugh, the only coach in NFL history to win a playoff game in 6 of his first 7 seasons of a coaching career. I'm just gonna say it, man. Him and Lamar have never meshed.
Right,
And
but
and I, and
also,
I,
but on the flip side of that, he had in his 17 seasons, he had like 14 double-digit leads in the second half that the teams lost. How much of that is on him? Who knows? But it's still I like Har I don't like Harbaugh because he's a Michigan guy, but I like him because I
this
think
is
he's a good coach.
did he go to U of M? Jim Harbaugh was the U of M guy.
He went to Pioneer High School.
Homeboy, this guy went to Western, homie. Oh no, started at Western is in his career.
Oh, he went to Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, Jim's the Wolverine.
I apologize. Jim's the Wolverine. I get them confused. I I get them
It's
confused.
all right. It's all right.
Okay.
It's
I
it's
don't
fine. It's
I
fine.
don't like him because I don't like Ann Arbor Pioneer.
All right. There you go.
I
All
don't,
right. So now we're on
now we
to
can get to Mike McCarthy.
yes.
And I'm going to say this. What the fuck are the Steelers doing?
They're just gonna lose.
They have had prior to what is it? It was like they had like four coaches in like 40 years.
Yeah.
And
McCarthy must
now
be a great fucking interview because when I see him talk, he is not inspirational at all.
so they went from 19 I'm sorry, from 1969 to 2025 they had three head coaches.
Yeah. All right. So I will say this. Okay. So born and raised in Pittsburgh, so he has a lot of Pittsburgh connections. Dad was in the Pittsburgh Fire Department. Lots of Pittsburgh connections, and so I understand why they're bringing him home. I just don't know that he is like number one. I do not think he's at Tomlin level at all, and so I just and the team is not anywhere near what it needs to be to exceed what Tomlin did with them. I don't know. Even if he gets Rodgers back for a year, what are you going to do with Rodgers at this stage, man? You guys haven't coached and played together in fucking years, and it just
And all indications are the reason why McCarthy was sent packing from Green Bay is because him and Rodgers weren't getting along.
yeah. And so I don't know.
But
I'm
but
not seeing it, man. I'm
my
not
point about
seeing
the
it.
Steelers is their last three head coaches they found them in their mid to late 30s and they were there for
Long time.
a long time. They found these gems. That Tomlin was there for 18 years. He was hired when he was I want to say 35. No, 30. That'd be 2007. Yep, he was 35. Cowher was about 35 when he was hired. He was there for 14 seasons. Chuck Noll was 37. He was there for 22 years.
Yeah, I'm just
Bill Austin was 38. He was there. He was only there for 2 seasons. Buddy Parker was 13. You have to go back to Buddy Parker for the last time.
yeah. All I'm
No,
saying is
not Buddy Parker.
McCarthy.
It's Mike Nixon who was there for a year. The last time they hired a coach that was over 40,
Yeah,
and that was in
McCarthy is
1965.
he's doing something to get jobs, and that's fine. Like obviously he can speak well to ownership and whatever, but man, I have not seen him exhibit any kind of leadership, and so I don't know why he just keeps getting these jobs, man. It blows my mind. And so in part of me says, hey, he's from Pittsburgh. I hope he succeeds. So it's a
Right.
great hometown story, but I'm just not seeing it, dude.
And McCarthy is what? You said
62, homie.
62. So at 62, does he really have the stamina to go through a rebuild, which is what Pittsburgh really needs?
Yeah.
Or is this
Well, that's why they're hiring him because they're refusing to rebuild, but they need to move on from Tomlin.
which is just fucking
So what are you
dumb.
going to do? You're going to get you're out of Rodgers, and then and you're going to get a mediocre year out of Rodgers at best. You're not going to get a 4,500 yard, 40 touchdown season out of Rodgers. years. It's not happening, man.
No, I know, and it's not. It's just it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not digging that one. Let's move
And
on.
since I've hit the strength of the schedule on all of them, the thing he has a middle of the road strength of the schedule, 14th easiest. So whatever. All
Middle
right,
of the road, man. Middle of the
Robert
road.
Robert Sala, Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
I like the fact that Robert Sala got another chance.
Me too. I was surprised it happened this fast.
I was surprised it happened this fast. I also think Tennessee is dumb as fuck because didn't they just have a defensive minded head coach that laid down the law of like I think it was like 2 years ago that they fired. I'm trying to remember
Vrabel?
what was it? Oh yeah, that's right,
Vrabel.
Vrabel, who they increasingly gave
Yeah.
him worse rosters, who increasingly overperformed each season. And I think this is we realized we fucked up firing Vrabel.
Or
Let's
was
find
it we're not saying anything about we knew Vrabel had some side pieces that we're
that's
not going to
possible.
talk about.
That's possible because reports are been going on 6 years, and I forget whose video it was, schedule release video. I think it was like the Chargers or something mentioned or referred to that situation 3 or 4 times in their schedule release video.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, I obviously I like that he's a Michigan guy, you know, born and raised in Dearborn, started his coaching career, Michigan State, Central Michigan, you know. I think it's awesome that he's in our backyard, right? And I think it was amazing that he was like a phenomenal defensive
Mm-hmm.
coordinator for the 49ers. I thought that when he went to the Giants, he was set up to fail because of their quarterback situation.
Wait,
And
he was with the Jets. Why was I thinking he
I
was
mean,
with the
The
Jets? Okay,
Jets. Sorry, the Jets. The Jets. When he
thank you.
went to
I
the
was
Jets, they had fucking Zach Miller at quarterback or whatever. And it was like, come on. It was never going to happen. And you know, he goes back to the 49ers. That's cool. And now he immediately gets another head coach job. I like that it happened fast, but I would have liked to have seen it maybe have a little bit more time and go to a better team than this because basically he is now hitching his wagon to Cam Ward, which I don't have a lot of faith in. And
no.
and I think year two could change my mind. It just
So with all I said about liking Salah getting another chance and how I think he could be a good head coach, and I thought he had a raw deal with the Jets, I think Tennessee went with the wrong side of the ball on their coaching hire. If you're going to get anything out of
yeah,
Cam Ward, you need an offensive minded head
yeah.
coach.
It feels and that's the thing is to me it feels very New York Jets-esque for
Mm-hmm.
Robert Saleh. It's like, dude, you're coming back in and doing the same thing that you just did. And so, oh man, can he make the defense amazing? I'm sure he can. But can he make that offense amazing? I have no idea. I mean, it's all going to depend on who his offensive coordinator is.
Yeah, exactly. Who did he get at offensive coordinator? I want 26, not
He
25.
brought he brought in Brian Dable. All right, and I do remember that. Yeah, with Dable and the comparisons of Cam Ward and what he did with fucking Josh Allen and Daniel Jones and all this shit. Yeah, okay, that's great. And so I can appreciate that and that does actually give me some encouragement. I'm still not sold on Cam Ward, man.
I'm not sold on Cam Ward either. I do like the fact that he brought in a good defensive coordinator. Who who's with Seattle under Pete Carroll for a number of years. That's where he got his start really. Who's also been with linebackers coach with the Bucks. Who defensive coordinator was a head coach for the Jaguars. Defensive coordinator, It's an experienced defensive coordinator.
Who are you talking about? Gus Bradley?
Yeah.
I like Gus Bradley.
And who also also knows the defense that Saleh wants to run because he was with him in San Francisco last year.
Yeah.
I think that's a definite plus. And their schedule is the 8th easiest this year.
It helps, but it's not going to help that much. They got work to do.
Yeah, they got a lot of work to do, and we don't know what they have in Cam Ward. All right. Baltimore Ravens and Jesse Minter, former coordinator for the Chicago Bears. First of all, bringing in a defensive head coach is what they had to do. The defense was the biggest.
Wait. Say that again.
Baltimore Ravens, Jesse Minter, former defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. I'm sorry, Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, I was going to say that, but
Los Angeles Chargers, my fault.
You were saying that's what they needed to do. I mean, wasn't he with Baltimore? So he was with So he was with Baltimore 2017 to 2020.
Yes, when Baltimore had a really good defense.
Yeah. And then left. I mean, I guess that's the only thing I don't like about this is that it's like I don't know. It's a weird comeback story, right?
It
like
is.
You're coming back and you're knocking off your head coach.
Yeah, no, I think that too. I wasn't so I thought they had to go with a defensive-minded head coach.
Yeah.
I was not saying that Jesse Minter was necessarily the guy because I thought there were other defensive-minded head coaches out there that could have, and I'm drawing a blank on all of them, but at the time I remember saying who, why.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it's like, Harbaugh to Harbaugh. He went to, his brother's team, and now because he did go to U of M for a while and then to the Chargers, and now he's coming back around in Baltimore. And just like that circle to me is just I don't know. It's almost like foul play that you're going to hire a guy that I don't know, like something. It just doesn't sit right to me. It's like, hey man, why did you do that? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, so they brought in the offensive coordinator from the Bears to Declan Doyle to be the offensive coordinator, and Anthony Weaver, who was defensive coordinator with Miami, who I thought didn't have the last 2 seasons, who I thought did not have a good defense. So that's a question mark. Who was also a former.
Well, he's going to run the defense, so that's okay. But yeah.
Also, another former defensive coach for the Ravens. It's like they brought in all these guys that.
It just felt to me that it was like a lot of John Harbaugh's fingerprints that they just said,
Yeah.
oh, well, we're just going to let you guys now come back and run the team, even though we're pushing him out. And that to me makes me feel like if they miss the playoffs this year, it's like vindication for John Harbaugh.
Exactly. It's vindication for John Harbaugh. I don't know what they're gonna get out of Lamar. I think the offensive coordinator they brought in, who had spent a year under Brad Johnson, who is a great offensive mind, might
Mm-hmm.
come in and get some ideas for that. And they had Caleb Williams, who's not exactly, but kind of a similar style quarterback to Lamar. So I think there's good indicators there.
Cohesion and
Yeah,
yeah.
good cohesion. But they lost their center and they lost Isaiah Likely.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping Baltimore takes a step back just because the whole
Mhm.
situation feels it's like, in the dating world, it's like you get the ick. I feel like I'm getting the ick with Jesse Minter, and it's not his fault. I think it's the team's fault. If he went to a
Mhm.
different team, I'd be like rooting for him. But because he went here in the way that like there's Harbaugh fingerprints all over this, I'm like, you guys just you made Harbaugh fall on the sword because he couldn't make it work with Lamar, and that's not okay. All right, let's go on to your final team here, Buffalo with Joe Brady, my man.
Buffalo with Joe Brady. Okay, a couple things with with Joe Brady. One, this is the Josh Allen hire. Josh Allen's fingerprints are all over this. He's comfortable with him. I
Yeah.
think I think they did a good job at offensive coordinator with Pete Carmichael, who hasn't been an offensive coordinator, but he spent time under what's his face what's his name, Sean Payton. He was with Payton in New Orleans, and then he was with Payton in Denver. So I think that's a good job. Their defensive coordinator, former former safety Jim Leonhard, who actually played for the Bills at 2 points in his career, but is kind of a new coach in the league. Like overall, he's only been coaching for 10 years. He's been in the NFL since 24. Again, this is but he was with Sean Payton in Denver for 2 seasons.
Yeah, so it's great that, there's some Sean Payton coaching tree connections, right? But what
Yeah.
I'm going to say is that, you know, yeah, I'm not dissing this guy for stupid reasons. I'm not, I'm not going to diss him because I see the neck chain that he's wearing from 1990s. Like, come on, you're not. Why are you doing that when you're a head coach now? But it's that his GM already called him out and said, "Hey, you're not an offensive coordinator anymore. You're a head coach now." Like he is already exhibiting things that are not becoming of a head coach, and
Mm-hmm.
that to me is worrisome when you're stepping in to replace Sean McDermott, who was wildly successful that just could never win the big game. And so like you're coming in and you're almost acting like a fucking kid running a fucking NFL team when you just replace a guy that like every year was like guaranteed getting into the playoffs. And so I am nervous about this guy. I am very nervous about this guy. He seems out of all of the head coaches, all 10 of them, he seems like the one that does not fit to me. He seems very immature.
Yeah, he seems very immature. I think there's reasons why this not 2 years last off season, he didn't get as much sniffs at head coaching jobs as were thought he would get. I think also that the you don't what you don't need to do is keep the same mentality in the team. If you get rid of McDermott, you don't hire You don't hire Joe Brady, who's the offense coordinator. You first of all, the issue with Buffalo was the
Yep.
defense, not the offense.
It's similar to a Jesse Minter thing. It's like you're getting like the ick. You promoted a guy that somehow wasn't good enough behind your main guy. Like, I mean, or that he wasn't helping elevate your main guy enough. Like, I mean, like to me, that's just like it's foul play. It's like no. You need a regime change.
Yeah, and I think that's where they messed up. I also think there were interviews that they had that I thought would have been better coaches. I mean, heck, I would have been happy if they would have hired Philip Rivers as their head coach. Like, I mean, yeah,
I would have been intrigued by it for sure.
I would have been intrigued by it, but I would have been happy about it because they what they need to do is they need to completely change the culture there.
Yeah, make a shift. Well, yeah, especially because if you went with Rivers, you're going offense and you're going outside of the system to go offense. This is you're staying in the system. You're just switching from defense to offense and hoping that like the younger guy is somehow going to be better.
Yeah. So it is what it is. They have the 8th hardest schedule this year, but it's these two, Baltimore and Buffalo, were the 2 best teams last year that changed coach. And for those that are still watching,
we hope you poop your pants.
Yes. And go find those missing scientists.
Yeah, well, definitely. Well, you're not going to find them, but like figure out what were they all working on.
Yeah, figure out what they were working on.
Let us know why they died because, you know, the mystery is out there.
Yeah. I thought it was the truth is out there, but that might be trademarked.
All right, yeah. All right, my man, I'm going to shut it down.
Gridiron Grinder. Hut, hut, hike.